a job after graduation. It's what all parents want for their kids. So, what's the smartest way to invest tuition money to make that happen? The question is more complicated and pressing than ever. The future of the economy is still unpredictable, and many graduating students are unable to find jobs that pay well, if they can find jobs at all. As a result, parents and students have to think through the potential returns from different paths, and pick the one that has the best chance of paying off. For many, the most lucrative path seems obvious: be practical. Schools, in turn, are responding with new, specialized courses that promise to teach skills that students will need on the job, such as a degree in pharmaceutical marketing. It all makes sense except for one thing: it probably won't always work. The trouble is that nobody can predict where the jobs will be, and not the employers, not the schools, not the government officials who are making such loud calls for vocational training. The economy is simply too unstable to guess way ahead of time. Choosing the wrong path could make things worse, not better. So, how should the parents with strong interest in the economic success of their children proceed? What should they weigh as they decide where to put their limited capital to get the biggest return? Here are some things to consider. First and foremost, all students should consider the graduation rates at various schools. You can pick the perfect school in terms of courses, location, price, or atmosphere. But none of it does a student any good if he or she doesn't end up with a degree. After all, college improves job prospects only if a student graduates. What's more, it is also important to look at how long it takes students to graduate. Many parents and students don't realize that even top schools differ greatly in their ability to graduate students on time. Consider the difference between elite private and public universities. Certain research has found that the private school has a much wider range of support services or counseling, tutoring, and so forth that vastly improve the odds that a student will actually graduate, and will do so in 4 years. An expensive, private school may end up being cheaper if a student doesn't have to be there as long. Finally, a crucial point that doesn't get discussed much concerns the danger of specialization. It may be worse to have the wrong career focus in college than having no career focus, because skills for one career often can't be used elsewhere. Let's say a student spends 4 years learning to market pharmaceuticals. But what can he or she do with that degree if the drug companies aren't hiring? The skills don't transfer easily anyplace else. Focusing on a very specific field also means that you miss out on courses that might broaden your abilities. Courses that teach, say, hospitality management or sports medicine may crowd out a logic class that can help students learn to improve their reasoning, or an English class that sharpens their writing. Both of those skills can help in any field, unlike the narrowly focused ones. A narrow educational focus forces students to pick a career at age 17 or 18, before they know much of anything about their interests and abilities. And if they choose mistakenly, it can be very difficult for them to start over once they're older. So, what are the practical lessons for the venture investor parents and their children? In a nutshell, students that go the practical route should have options to delay choosing majors and specialized courses, so that there is likely to be a better match between coursework and employer interests. Students can rely on real-time information from the career office to estimate demand. Because of the need to adjust, it also helps to be at a school where switching majors is easy. Smaller programs with lower tuition may entail limited resources, which in turn means that students may have to stay more than 4 years to get all the courses that are required for a new major. It is always important to reiterate that students and parents should assess the quality of college education and future career development from various perspectives.